Feeling stuck or unmotivated? This video is your wake-up call. On Stoic Path, we explore how to break free from stagnation, reset your mindset, and realign with your true purpose, through timeless Stoic wisdom. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. Discover how to reclaim your focus, build resilience, and take control of your life. One intentional step at a time. If you're ready to stop waiting and start evolving, this is where your transformation begins. Watch now. And remember, your future is shaped by the actions you take today. Subscribe for more Stoic motivation and life-changing perspective. The power of resetting, paraphrased. Resetting starts with the art of letting go. To the Stoics, detachment wasn't about withdrawing from life, it was a method of freeing yourself from what no longer serves you. By releasing what weighs us down, we create space for growth, opportunity, and renewal. Think back to the last time you clung to something that had outlived its value. Was it a toxic relationship? A failed business? Or perhaps an outdated version of yourself? Often, we hold on out of fear of change, of the unknown, or of failure. But real strength is found in recognizing what burdens you, and having the courage to let it go. The first step in transformation is acknowledging the need for a new beginning. This requires raw honesty and deep reflection. Ask yourself, is this habit, mindset, or situation helping me evolve into my best self? If not, it's time to move forward. Stoicism teaches us to focus only on what's in our control. We can't rewrite the past or predict the future. But we can choose our response in the present, and that's where true power lies. Awareness becomes the gateway to transformation. Once you're aware of what holds you back, you reclaim the power to change it. It's easy to drift through life on autopilot, reacting to everything without ever asking, does this align with my growth? But when you pause and confront these hard questions, you begin to take your life back. Letting go isn't weakness, it's wisdom. It's not about forgetting the past but learning from it. It's not surrender, it's repositioning. It's a conscious shift toward what truly matters, a refusal to carry weight that's not yours anymore. And yes, letting go also means facing the unknown. Many people cling to the past because it feels familiar, even if it's harmful. But the Stoics remind us, real peace comes when you walk into uncertainty with calm confidence. When you choose to release what no longer nourishes your growth, you open the door to new people, places, and possibilities that align with who you're becoming. Resetting is a mindset shift. It means understanding that your past doesn't define you, your choices do. Each reset is a fresh chance to realign, to redefine what matters, and to move forward with purpose. This requires courage, but the rewards are worth it. Remind yourself, your past is not your prison. Growth doesn't demand perfection, only your willingness to evolve. With this view, every new beginning becomes a step toward your highest self. The path forward is wide open, you just need to take the first step. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Write down 3 things that are currently holding you back. Ask yourself why you're still holding on. Is it fear, comfort, or obligation? Now consider. Do I truly need these in my life, or am I attached out of habit? If not, it's time to release them. Next, visualize your life without these burdens. How does it feel? What new possibilities appear? Write down those positive outcomes and create a small, actionable plan. Maybe it's a hard conversation, a shift in routine, or just a change in mindset. Whatever it is, the power to release is already in your hands. Restarting with clarity, paraphrased. Restarting doesn't mean wiping everything clean and starting over from nothing. It means stepping forward, this time armed with the lessons you've already lived through. Failures, setbacks, heartbreaks, these aren't signs to quit. They're calls to evolve, to refine your path, and to strengthen your foundation. The Stoics taught that everything we face can serve us. Marcus Aurelius put it best: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When you shift how you see your challenges, turning roadblocks into stepping stones, you unlock the power to transform pain into progress. Obstacles, when met with the right mindset, become teachers. Each one offering a lesson that nudges you toward the best version of yourself. Restarting with clarity means reviewing your past without judgment. Don't label your failures as proof you're not enough, see them as part of the process. Every successful person has failed. What separates them is what they learned, and how they moved forward with that wisdom. Failure is not final, it's simply feedback. It tells you where to pivot, where to strengthen, and what to adjust. When you take the time to understand your setbacks, you build a restart that's stronger and smarter than before. One key truth about restarting: progress isn't always a straight line. Growth happens in waves, through detours, pauses, and realignments. The Stoics knew we can't control external events, but we always control our response. So when you restart, do it with the mindset that setbacks are not to be feared. They're to be expected, studied, and used. Restarting is also about updating your approach. What worked for you before might not anymore, and that's okay. Real growth demands flexibility. Sometimes, restarting means choosing a new path altogether, one that fits the person you are now, not who you used to be. If you hold on too tightly to old systems and old thinking, you block yourself from becoming something greater. Adaptation is the secret weapon of transformation. And let's not forget patience. A restart doesn't deliver overnight change. It's slow. It's steady. It's powerful because it builds something lasting. Even when progress feels invisible, trust that each small step is shaping something stronger. Growth doesn't ask for perfection, just consistency. At its core, restarting is your chance to reconnect with your purpose. You're not just tweaking habits, you're aligning your life with what matters most. Without that deeper connection, even your best efforts can feel empty. Take time to rediscover your values. Let those guide your actions. Then, your restart won't just be movement, it'll be momentum. Remember, this isn't about erasing the past. It's about using your past to carve out a future filled with meaning, direction, and intention. That's what restarting with clarity really is. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Think of a past failure that still weighs on you. Now, stop calling it a regret. Reframe it as a lesson. What did it teach you? How can that lesson be used to improve where you are today? Write down one clear, specific action you can take now that uses that past failure as a stepping stone toward future success. Refocusing on what matters, paraphrased. Your attention is your most valuable currency. Yet in today's world, it's constantly being pulled in every direction. Every scroll, every ping, every open tab. They all compete for a piece of your mind. And slowly, almost invisibly, you lose track of what truly matters. The modern world thrives on distraction. But the Stoics understood this long before smartphones. Seneca warned, "Life is long, if you know how to use it." Many people confuse motion with progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're moving forward. Are you working toward your real purpose? Or are you just keeping busy to avoid facing it? The difference between productivity and distraction often lies in intention. It's easy to feel accomplished while ticking boxes. But if those boxes don't align with your values, you're just filling time, not building meaning. To refocus, you must get clear on what truly adds value to your life. And learn to eliminate the rest. The first step is to create an environment that supports deep, intentional work. Block time. Silence distractions. Design your space so it pulls you toward clarity, not chaos. Reclaiming your focus means being deliberate with your energy. But it's not just about structure. It's about mastering your mind. The mind naturally drifts. But like a muscle, it can be trained. Every time you bring your attention back to the present, you build mental discipline. Meditation. Mindful breathing. Daily reflection. These practices sharpen your ability to stay grounded and direct your focus where it counts. The Stoics believed self-control was the foundation of mastery, and that includes control over where your attention goes. And this overcommitment is the silent killer of clarity. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing well. It's time to evaluate your commitments. Which tasks align with your values? Which ones drain you without return? Learn to say no. Not out of guilt, but out of respect for your purpose. Your time is not infinite. Your energy is not renewable. To make the most of both, you have to guard them with intention. Start by listing out your weekly responsibilities. Then ask, does this move me closer to my goals, or pull me further from them? If something consistently drains you without contributing to your growth or well-being, cut it out or delegate it. True focus requires subtraction. The less noise you allow in, the more clearly you can hear your own direction. Set your mornings up with purpose. Begin each day by identifying one thing that, if completed, would make the day a win. Then eliminate anything that tries to steal your attention from that task. Productivity is not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most, more consistently. The more you simplify, the more powerful your focus becomes. And when your focus is clear, your progress becomes unstoppable. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Each morning, ask yourself, what's the one thing I could accomplish today that would make it meaningful? Write it down. Then, remove or delay everything that pulls you away from it. Start small. Build the habit. And protect your focus like your future depends on it, because it does. The mental reset, paraphrased. Resetting your life begins with resetting your mind. Negative self-talk, limiting beliefs, and old regrets act like mental weights. They hold you back from becoming who you're truly meant to be. These thoughts often come from past experiences, social conditioning, or fear of failure. If left unchallenged, they quietly build walls between you and your potential. The Stoics taught that our perception shapes our reality. How you choose to see a situation determines whether it becomes a trap or a teacher. Every obstacle, when viewed through the lens of wisdom, becomes an opportunity to grow. The moment you shift your perspective, you shift your life. Challenges lose their power when you stop seeing them as roadblocks and start seeing them as lessons. You hold the power to reinterpret your story. When negative thoughts arise, ask, is this thought serving me? If not, replace it. Failure is not defeat, it's data. Criticism isn't rejection, it's refinement. Everything that challenges you can be turned into something that strengthens you, if you frame it correctly. Your thoughts guide your actions. And your actions shape your future. That's why mastering your mindset is non-negotiable if you want lasting transformation. One of the simplest but most powerful tools. Journaling. When you write about your experiences and reflect on what they've taught you, you start to see patterns. You begin to understand yourself better, and gain clarity on what needs to change. A nightly reflection practice works wonders. Before bed, ask yourself, what did I learn today? How can I apply it? This small act keeps your growth continuous and intentional. True mental resetting requires consistent effort. Just like physical strength is built in the gym, mental strength is developed through discipline. By choosing empowering thoughts every day. Daily affirmations. Mindfulness. Reframing your beliefs. These habits rewire your brain to stay calm in chaos and confident in uncertainty. And don't underestimate your environment, especially the people in it. Surrounding yourself with growth-minded, positive individuals reinforces your mindset. The energy of those around you either supports your evolution or silently holds it back. You need people who challenge you to rise. Who give honest feedback. Who encourage you to keep going when you feel stuck. That kind of support system can make all the difference between stagnation and progress. Every day is a chance to reset your perspective. To let go of thoughts that limit you, and adopt beliefs that elevate you. Growth isn't about avoiding struggle. It's about mastering the way you think through it. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Each time a negative thought shows up, pause and ask. Is this useful? Does this help me grow? If the answer is no, replace it with something constructive. Over time, this habit becomes your inner armor. And with that armor, you can face any challenge with strength, clarity, and peace. Restarting your habits, paraphrased. Long-term change doesn't come from bursts of motivation, it's built through discipline. The Stoics knew this. They practiced daily rituals, not for perfection, but to strengthen their character and sharpen their minds. What you do consistently shapes who you become. Your habits, not your moods, are what define your future. Motivation might get you started, but only discipline keeps you going. If you're serious about resetting your life, you need to first examine your daily behavior. Ask yourself, how am I spending my time? Do my habits support the life I want, or sabotage it? The Stoics believed in deliberate practice, intentional actions repeated with purpose. Excellence wasn't a moment of brilliance. It was the result of small, focused actions compounded over time. Reading. Exercising. Reflecting. Holding meaningful conversations. These aren't huge acts, but they build a powerful foundation when done daily. Transformation isn't dramatic. It's subtle. It's showing up when it feels boring. It's sticking to your path when no one's watching. That's how lasting change is made. Creating habits with purpose means choosing routines that align with your deepest goals. Are you acting out of intention, or simply staying busy? Track your progress. Measure what matters. This not only builds consistency, but it gives you evidence that growth is happening, even when it's slow. And understand this, habits aren't random. They follow a pattern, cue, routine, reward. Once you recognize this loop, you can reprogram it. If stress makes you reach for junk food, what if you replace that with a deep breath, a short walk, or journaling? You're not trying to kill the impulse, you're rewiring the routine. Another strategy? Habit stacking. Attach a new habit to one that's already locked into your life. Want to meditate? Do it right after brushing your teeth. This linkage strengthens the habit and makes it easier to repeat. Also, be mindful of your surroundings. If your environment encourages distraction, you'll struggle with consistency. Design your space to support the identity you're trying to build. Want to focus more? Reduce clutter. Want to eat better? Keep healthy food visible and convenient. Want to exercise? Schedule it, don't just hope for it. Accountability matters, too. Tell someone your goal. Check in regularly. Community keeps discipline alive when willpower fades. And perhaps most powerful of all, shift your identity. Don't just aim to exercise. Tell yourself, I am someone who prioritizes their health. When habits are tied to identity, they stick. Persistence. Discipline. Alignment. That's how small habits reshape your entire life. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Pick one bad habit to remove, and one good habit to introduce. Then commit to that change for the next 30 days. Track your progress. Stay accountable. You're not just changing behavior, you're upgrading your identity. Refocusing on inner peace, paraphrased. Inner peace isn't about having a perfect life. It's about developing the right mindset to face an imperfect one. The Stoics taught that happiness doesn't come from what happens to us, but from how we respond to it. Calm doesn't mean life is quiet. It means your mind is steady, even in the storm. Peace isn't the absence of struggle. It's the presence of strength. To cultivate that strength, you must regularly examine your thoughts, detach from the chaos, and reconnect with what truly matters. Mindfulness. Reflection. Gratitude. These were daily practices of the Stoics, not luxuries, but necessities. They knew serenity is earned, through perspective, discipline, and intentional thought. You'll never control everything outside of you. But you can always master what's inside. To do that, you must train your mind to pause. To respond instead of react. To observe emotions, not become them. This isn't easy, it's a daily decision. To choose gratitude over resentment. Acceptance over resistance. Focus over fear. You're not defined by what you endure, only by how you face it. When you start embracing hardship as part of the journey, something shifts. You begin to see challenges as tools, not threats. You grow through what you once resisted. That's where real peace comes from. This mindset doesn't just protect your inner world, it amplifies it. It allows you to approach life with greater clarity, confidence, and purpose. With practice, you build emotional endurance. You begin to handle pressure with grace. You stop fearing discomfort, because you've learned to navigate it. And over time, this resilience becomes part of you. You stop looking for peace in the world, and start creating it within yourself. Remember, peace is not a destination. It's a discipline. A habit of thought. A way of being. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Each night, write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. This simple act will shift your focus from what's missing to what's meaningful. Gratitude anchors the mind, and opens the heart. Resetting your social circle, paraphrased. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's not just a quote, it's a law of life. If you want to grow, evolve, and thrive, your circle has to reflect that. The people around you either pull you forward, or hold you back. Your mindset, habits, and ambitions are directly shaped by your environment. And your environment starts with your relationships. Take a hard look at your current circle. Are they lifting you up, or draining your energy? Do they push you to expand, or encourage you to stay small? If the people closest to you reinforce fear, laziness, or self-doubt, you're fighting an uphill battle. But when you surround yourself with those who challenge you, inspire you, and reflect the qualities you admire, everything changes. Growth happens faster. Clarity sharpens. Standards rise. Engage with mentors. Connect with driven peers. Seek out people who've walked the path you aspire to take. Their mindset becomes your model. Their perspective becomes your shortcut. This isn't just about professional growth. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, your circle shapes how you see yourself. Toxic environments erode self-worth. Uplifting ones build confidence, resilience, and peace. And remember, meaningful relationships are a two-way street. You don't just take. You contribute. You challenge. You support. Make it your mission to be the kind of person others rise with. You don't need a massive network. You need a powerful, aligned one. One built on shared values, mutual growth, and accountability. Also, expand your exposure. Diversity of thought, culture, and background broadens your lens on life. Join new communities. Attend events. Step outside the bubble. Growth thrives in variety. Be intentional about who you let influence you. Because over time, you will become them. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Audit your relationships. Who energizes you? Who drains you? Start spending more time with those who bring out your highest self. And set boundaries with those who don't. Restarting with purpose, paraphrased. Purpose is what gives your life direction. Without it, you drift, busy but unfulfilled. The Stoics believed that to live with meaning, you must align your life with your virtues. Your values become your compass. Purpose becomes your fuel. Without purpose, your actions lack clarity. Your progress feels hollow. You may work hard, but have no idea why. But once you define a clear purpose, your path sharpens. Decisions become easier. Motivation becomes deeper. Obstacles become fuel. It's the foundation behind every truly fulfilling life. So how do you find it? You look inward. What do you value most? What strengths do you bring to the world? What legacy do you want to leave behind? Your purpose doesn't have to be flashy. It just needs to be authentic. Something that makes you feel alive. Something that brings meaning to even the smallest actions. When you live with purpose, setbacks become lessons, not reasons to quit. Hardships become necessary trials, not punishments. A defined purpose creates resilience. You keep moving forward, not because it's easy, but because it's meaningful. And during hard times, your purpose is what steadies you. It gives your pain context. Your effort direction. Your journey depth. Purpose isn't fixed, it evolves. As you grow, it grows with you. That's why reflection matters. Check in with yourself. Ask. Am I still aligned with my values? Is this path still meaningful to me? What needs to shift? The more connected you are to your why, the more powerful your how becomes. This clarity doesn't just empower you, it inspires those around you. Your life becomes a message. Your actions, a model. Your discipline, a ripple effect. Purpose turns even the mundane into something sacred. It brings direction, passion, and fulfillment to every step. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Write your personal mission statement. What do you stand for? What do you want your life to mean? What impact do you want to make? This isn't just a statement, it's your North Star. Refocusing on action over excuses, paraphrased. Thinking without action leads nowhere. The Stoics were not just philosophers, they were practitioners. They knew that ideas alone don't change lives. Action does. You can plan. You can reflect. You can analyze every possible outcome. But if you never move, you stay stuck. Wisdom, the Stoics taught, is only valuable when it's lived. You prove your commitment to growth not through your intentions, but through the steps you actually take. Taking action doesn't have to mean massive changes. It can be small, consistent movements forward. Done daily, done deliberately. Each act builds momentum. And momentum builds transformation. Procrastination? It delays your future. Overthinking? It paralyzes progress. Excuses? They rob you of the life you're meant to live. Even a single step can open doors you couldn't see before. That's the hidden power of action, it creates clarity. When you do, you learn. When you act, you adjust. And with every movement forward, you build trust in yourself. Action builds self-respect. Because with every choice you follow through on, you reinforce the belief that you are someone who follows through. That's how discipline forms. That's how progress is made. Growth doesn't come from just wanting change. It comes from doing something about it. Stop hesitating. Stop perfecting your plan. Start moving, however imperfectly. Because doing something beats doing nothing, every single time. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Think about your biggest goal. Now ask. What's one small action I can take today toward that goal? Then do it, today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. Mastering the art of persistence, paraphrased. Resetting isn't just starting over, it's about pushing forward through the hard parts. The Stoics understood this. Resilience isn't optional, it's essential. You don't grow by avoiding discomfort. You grow by walking through it with purpose. Every challenge is a test. Every failure, a lesson. Every delay, a sharpening stone. Persistence means not giving up when things get slow, messy, or hard. It means showing up, even when it's uncomfortable. Especially then. The Stoics didn't run from hardship. They welcomed it. Because they knew that true strength is built in adversity. Setbacks? Not the end. They're feedback. They're course corrections. If your path is aligned with your values and your vision, then your job is simple: stay on it. Progress isn't about speed, it's about consistency. Tiny steps. Tiny wins. Over time, they build something massive. Persistence isn't just action. It's aligned action, repeated without quitting. And yes, you'll fail. You'll fall. But the Stoics taught us. You are not defined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you get back up. Mental toughness is trained like a muscle. Through effort. Through discipline. Through deliberate endurance. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll never start. If you quit when it's hard, you'll never grow. The truth is, you already have what it takes. You just have to prove it to yourself, daily. Persistence is how you do that. Practical exercise, paraphrased. Choose one long-term goal you've struggled to stay consistent with. Now break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Pick one step. Commit to it. Repeat it daily. Your transformation isn't in the leap. It's in the repetition.